Welcome to another episode of 8 O'Clock. Unfortunately, today we have only half the crew. I have no idea where Chichi is. I know Christian went to Mukushi to get a new accent.
What's the business, man? Because I'm here with you. You think you're operating somewhere there? Man, you don't know nothing, man. You know what you are? EP, aka Enemy of Progress.
But don't worry, because just like this chocolate cookie, we found someone to chip in. We've got a special guest, Muka episode D. Please introduce our guest.
We've got to watch Muka episode.
Muka episode D.
Right. I would have thrown the money.
That was dope. Come on.
That was dope. That was dope. Welcome to it. PZ the Money Man. Fastest gun in Lusaka. Papa. Here we have Muka Bowler. Rich history. Muka's dress code. First known as the Formula One wearing outfit guy. Then upgraded. And then now the upgrade came. Muka with the suits. Then we saw Muka with the happy socks on your favorite sports channel. And then now Muka upgraded to Muka with no socks. Muka now upgrades to Muka with no shoes. I wonder what's Muka, we're gonna see anything else after this? Like, are you gonna go barefoot? Because I'm getting worried.
I don't know. Have you seen Benjamin Button?
No.
Have you seen Benjamin Button?
With the dude who gets younger as he... Is that movie?
I think so.
Yeah, then I've seen it.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So let's wait.
Oh, okay.
We just wait and see.
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
wait and
now
see.
we're on Javier. Yeah. It's not pat, no.
No, but I understand him because it's hot. You know, this is a tropical climate.
But anyways, we have Muka, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing?
Great. Thanks for having me. I've been looking out on the inside,
Yeah,
so it's really strange
to be here.
to be here,
Okay.
inside looking out. This is how you guys feel?
This is how it feels to be here.
This is
It must be nice. I wonder how many drinks we can finish on the show and how many refills we can have. Can we try that out?
That's one challenge I'm up for.
Yeah, like let's just, salute.
You know what?
There we go.
Salute,
If we
salute.
get
To us and those like us who are damn few.
oh,
Yeah. Salute.
Cheers to us and
Those like us
yes,
who
the
are damn
jump
few.
yeah, what they said. Hey, well, let's get into some question tags. I have one for you guys.
All right, let's take a look at some questions tags.
Which of these would Coppola filmmakers easily remake? Number 1, MacGyver. 2, No One But You. 3, Passions. 4, The Cosby Show. 5, Keeping Up Appearances. And 6, Star Trek.
First of all, I'll say keeping up appearances is out because the English is too strong in that movie.
Richard, you can't do that, Richard.
Government is your larger empowered us.
Okay.
You don't want any intermediate.
That can survive on the Copper Belt. No, out, crossed out for me. And you guys, Muka, which one?
I would cross out MacGyver because I bet he's a bit too smart for the Copper Belt. Star Trek is too
I'm your guy.
futuristic. I mean,
your
the guys
guy.
are still using
I
walkie-talkies.
still love you guys.
Wakopalaka, Bulebantu base.
Oh, did I say something wrong?
No, we're just
No,
beating our
but
people.
No,
Star
just-
Trek is too advanced. I mean,
Yeah.
Copper Belt, I spend a lot of time there, and a lot of the people there, the Jerobos, they have walkie-talkies. So they're not talking on the phone. Like, it's so cool to have a walkie-talkie. It's like walking around with a Walkman in 2022.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
You know,
actually would be cool.
yeah, so...
Maybe it's because of the job. Maybe.
No, it's
Comes with the job.
It's fancy smancy. Like,
Yeah.
listen, PZ, there's things that you can do.
Adora, Commander, Adora. It sounds better than hello. Adora, Commander. Copy, Commander.
Coming in, big man, big man.
Copy Commander.
Now I want to walk. Can we get walkie-talkies?
Can
on
we
the
get
next episode of
walkie-talkies?
the show?
It sounds so cool, eh?
No, it does.
Commander got refill, Commander.
So, which one would you go for then?
Uh,
No, but I think they could remake MacGyver just because of the action. Couple of people are action-oriented.
No, but MacGyver
Always has
was,
something
was
going
hella
on.
witty. It depends. If you're making it in dollar,
Yeah.
they would make MacGyver. But if you're making it in Kitwe,
yeah.
Kitwe, no one but you.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, no one but you, Kitwe, because you know the vibe in Kitwe. You know, just throw you a ring and say,
Yeah.
"Hello, not Cooper." So I guess no one but you.
No one but you, eh? I agree with that. I agree with no one but you as well.
I haven't seen half those shows, but I agree with you guys. I haven't even watched MacGyver.
Joey, should you give you a crash course?
Yeah, I think
Wow.
maybe I need that.
You need
Apart
that.
from the Cosby Show, that I saw.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, nah, I didn't.
No.
No.
No one but you. Keeping up appearance. Oh, okay. All right. Let's get more question tags. All right. What feels illegal but isn't? A. Asking for your money back.
Definitely feels illegal.
Does it feel illegal?
It depends who you're asking for the money from. If it's your mother-in-law, it's illegal.
Even just your actual mom, it feels illegal.
Your mom will tell you how she took care of you with just a coin and took you.
For 9 months.
I'm about to get ready to step out. You think you can cash out me that $600 that I sent you? Which $600? This $600. Remember you had asked me. You said, "Can I borrow $600?" My man, I'm your father. I'm your father. But Dad, you know how disrespectful that is?
What does that have to do with the money that you owe me?
I've kept you in my house. All this you were supposed to. I didn't apply.
Mommy, if you're watching this, I'm just joking. You can keep the money. It's a gift from me to you. I forgot that my mom watches this show.
Wow. Wow.
But
Joey.
she might not watch this because
Yeah.
apparently she told me she only watches for Chichi.
Oh, okay.
And her son's on this
B.
show. Wow.
Buying an after pill. Like a morning after pill.
It used... what am I saying?
Dig.
I bet it must feel illegal
Dig.
for the people that buy, huh?
Huh?
I'm saying
It
it must
does?
feel illegal. I don't know.
It does? You've never financed
I don't know.
or in
Anyone
any way?
here
Huh?
bought after pills? No?
Not because we can't consume those. But haven't you financed somebody to make sure that they buy?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really?
Huh?
Really?
Huh?
Muka is so quiet. You know what? He comes,
no,
he comes from the kill me quick era.
I was about to say that.
He knows more.
I was about to say that our pills were kill me quick, not kill the quick.
Sucks. I know this we're financing, boss. 100%.
No, it's a better alternative, to be honest.
Trust me. C. Picking calls from someone of the opposite sex when your spouse or significant other is around.
Do people still do that thing of naming people in your phone? You know, if they're female, male names, Wabanda, Adaka, Plumber.
Oh yeah, people still do that. Apparently someone saved me in their phone as Joey Plumbuck. Because I'm always ready to lay the pipe.
You know what, Joey? Shut up. Get out of here already.
No, but people still do that. They really
They
do.
still do that?
Yeah, they do.
I actually delete names. Like, if I save you just like your first name, I think I'll get rid of your number. I save people like with full names. I have to just put it there.
you know
No,
exactly
but
who
for
it
me,
is.
it's bad. I save people with titles. So I'll say Joey 8 o'clock, PZ 8 o'clock.
Oh.
So I have titles, like there's a title at the end. And not your profession, but
But
what I
just
know you for.
What I know.
Brand
yeah.
association.
Yeah.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
okay.
For me, it's usually where I met someone from.
Okay. D is guys buying tampons or pads.
I don't think that even feels illegal because I do this from time to time.
Our number
like-
what?
It's the one where there's the lotions and roll-ons and all that stuff, like right at the end of the hour. Like usually
Second
on the
from the
left
last.
side. Yeah, second from the last.
How's the
from the
attitude?
last.
Have you ever asked for assistance when buying this?
No, I haven't because every time you're sent to buy these, you probably get a photo attached to it as well. Like these are the ones that I use. But I've bought the wrong ones before.
Ish. It's a mission.
Yeah, but no, I just pick them up. Sometimes I do just to make people feel uncomfortable.
It's a mission, guys. It's a mission. No, super. No, it's got 4 what? Check there.
Fatima things.
Oh.
The third one is the one that should be in white. And then it's 8, medium, not long.
Yeah, without wings. That's
Who did the wings?
I believe I can fly. The Jazz had these ones with the wings.
Am I going to buy pads or Red Bull?
E, females buying condoms.
One condom, one round.
Ish, I wish Chichi was here.
Yeah, she would have told us.
Do you think it gets awkward?
Does it?
Does it get awkward?
Do I look female?
No, I'm just
Okay,
asking.
if you were a woman, would you go?
No,
buy the
I would
condoms,
say
or
what's
you'd tell the
awkward
guy to
is-
buy them?
I asked a question once. I said, why are the condoms always put by the till? Like in almost every store or garage, they're put by the till. It's because people tend to get uncomfortable to go around. And, you know, sometimes people get uncomfortable
Yeah, there's lack of
in
privacy in
chemists
this
and
country.
stuff like that. Yeah, but now, because they put them by the till, that's even worse. And you've got crazy brands there. You've got Chinese brands.
Yeah.
You know, so just wondering, from what I hear, yeah, it's a bit different.
I know. I think there should be somewhere else. There should be somewhere, you know, placed in an aisle, away, just away, because it's very hard. You know, where you have everything, you end up. There was that advert way back of that guy that was just saying, "Yeah, can I have 3 biscuits? Can I have this? Can I have that?" And then it has a bunch of things. Can you just give me? After a lady walks in and buys a condom, it's like, I just want the condom. I don't want this. It gets awkward. It gets awkward.
Nah, I don't even know why it's awkward, because you're doing it for your own benefit. So it's like, you probably never even meet those people again. Or if you're shy, don't buy
if it's
by
your
the
sport.
local supermarket.
If it's your
just-
sport. Because I know that once you start doing these things, you need to keep your guy. So that your guy knows that, you know, what, me, I'm your guy, I come and buy these things all the time. So when I come and say I want sweets, you know what I want. Just put them in the bag, I'll pay you, and I leave. I will see you next time. You're my plug for this.
Because then at least the person already knows. Yeah, I feel that makes it less awkward.
Yeah.
But for me, the solution is just always.
Uh,
Actually, I don't have a solution because I don't do this.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it the admission of guilt? Do you maybe think if somebody were to see somebody buying condoms, instead of looking at the positive side, which is they're trying to protect themselves, they're trying not to have an unwanted pregnancy, is the assumption that you're sexually active. You know, people would rather be in denial. And I see a lot of that in the country. You know, people would rather be in denial that you're not doing these things when you are actually doing them.
No.
So maybe that's why people get uncomfortable.
Culture or cultural norms.
Yeah, it actually is.
Because they expect you not to be active. Even the parents in that will be like, hey.
But you see, what's funny is it's not just the kids that are buying these condoms. It's people in relationships, marriages, and everything else.
Yeah.
So now you're like,
I understand. You know, there's a difference between going in the store and those, because of cultural norms. It's hard for anybody to just go and say, give me that. I want to go and use it for protection. Put the same cheap ones in a department, in a office block, at your office, the ones for free. Go there after 10 minutes. See if you find any left. You see how hard it is for people to just get those
I watched a show once, and you guys were running statistics as to how many condoms would be finished at the Komboka. In fact, you're talking about the Nchwala. So I'm thinking, I'm like, is are condoms Zambia's favorite thing?
400,000 condoms finished at the Komboka ceremony.
As long as people are protected, man, that's the only thing. That's the only thing that matters, really.
400,000 rounds. 400,000 ammunition, boss. 400. Apparently, we have some breaking news. Let's get to the breaking news.
Guys, this is actually the season finale for season 1. And
Okay.
I think it's been a great ride.
Oh, okay.
Season 1's been good so far.
I think I need to drink more drinks. Can we change the drink? I want a mojito with some vodka in it or something.
I thought you'd do virgin mojitos.
It's the finale.
The season finale.
Can we get rid of all the drinks?
On that note, some pork belly, please.
Yeah. Something else. Can we have something else on the table? Let's get to the 180 degrees. Guys, a lot of news that we got during the week. But let's start here. There was a story in the news about scrap metal thieves. So these guys go to the graveyard and pick up, you know how they put those...
The metal pallet.
The metal pallets, yeah. And those are popular mostly at the government cemeteries and not, the cool Memorial Park. Memorial Park, they have ceramic ones and whatnot. But the government ones, you have those metallic ones and you place them, date of birth, names. This guy went and started putting those things in a sack, going to sell them to scrap metal dealers. So, there were these two guys that walked to the grave and saw a guy running away from them. You know when you're guilty. This guy just took off. And they were like, but why is he running away? Then they realized those metal things were missing, chased after him and found him with a sack full of those things. And now he's been, sentenced to about 8 months in prison because of that crime.
But you know what they say, sample seal, am I right? So, and this is the thing, it's about the government providing opportunities for these people. I'm not condoning the theft, but I'm just saying that I say this all the time, and I always try to be more of an optimist, not a pessimist. Listen, if you have that many smart people doing wrong things, you should put them up in a group and make them do right things. This guy saw a money-making opportunity at a gravesite. So for me, anybody else who's doing that should be sat down and told to rethink, rewire their system. Because that guy is stealing because he doesn't have an opportunity, but realizes he can do so much. And it didn't start from here. This is what's funny. It started with the sewer covers, the Odin sewer covers. And I'm going to address Joey.
Yeah, that's why I changed them to the concrete ones that they use.
Where you'd
now.
play. Did you play that game?
Yeah, Sojo.
No, not like Sojo. It's like something different.
It's small little marbles.
Yeah.
So you use the handles for the goals. Sojo is actually bottle tops, and you are aiming for a bullseye.
Sorry.
Chivalry.
You're Jensen in the middle.
No, it's not. No, if I come and sit beside. But no,
Okay.
Come on. Ni that man can dara 180 degrees. Come on, there ni finali there.
Here's the cash money.
Ni finali there.
Yeah.
For what purpose?
For a finale.
How?
That's the purpose.
Kufu konkara purpose. Why my panga finali? Why?
For a purpose.
Na invite my OFC a big announcement. Finali.
Just order drinks.
Yeah, ni finali.
Different drinks today. We're all getting drunk. We don't know how long this episode is going to be, but we're going to be drinking. So, order your drink. Yeah.
First of all, I'm in the presence of my boss. Please allow me to. Let me sing it. I'm quiet.
Wow.
Let me sing it. Yeah. The Kenny Stephen so tomorrow you of Marco. Yeah. Wait.
Chichi, do you want a race?
Let me sing it.
We should have had him for today. Now my mom's tuned in. She started watching.
I'm going to leave you carry this my baby. So, in fact, you can't take it. You could be an angel from tomorrow. Hi! What an honor to be on the same set with the boss. What's how you doing?
Thank you. How are you?
I'm okay.
How was Dubai?
Ish! When? Push him. I think I'll never get over that trip. Most likely, to be honest.
No, why?
I think it's the biggest thing apart from my child that has happened to me.
Oh. You use the mouthwash?
My dear, there was no need. When poverty hits you, watch mouthwash. There is a joke will be the joke will massacre. Hey, please, I'm just joking. But yeah, it was such an amazing trip. I had so much fun.
Thanks for joining us, Chichi. So we're just talking about this story to do with the grave. And I've even forgotten what Muka's point was. Where were we?
Well, I was talking about how innovative thieves have become. So they started off by stealing soakaway covers, and then now they've moved to stealing metal plates from the graveyards. So clearly there's a demand, and whenever there's a demand for something, people have to fulfill the supply. So the next thing is that they'll start stealing gates and grill bars from homes. Sorry, I'm
Wow.
not giving ideas.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Wow, you just give them their next hit. Wow.
You know the,
how
you
to
know
go
the
about
nicest
it.
gate?
Wow.
The nicest gate is on Independence Avenue because the bars are easy to remove. You just
Yeah.
need a little bit of Vaseline on Independence Avenue, you know.
Somebody's gonna
The
get,
guards leave
somebody-
at 17 hours.
Somebody will get life for that.
No, the guards leave at
Somebody will
17
get life
I'm
for that,
giving-
I'm
I'm giving you a
telling
hint.
you.
The guards leave
You
at 17
will,
hours.
you will get life in prison if you do that. Don't even try that house. Don't even try. You can try at Chichi's or
Hey,
at
with
Joey's.
the hand of Jesus on your mouth.
That house, don't even try. They might have the most, but don't
Not
try.
even if you go through the back door.
Try. Try.
Anyway, speaking about back doors, that's a terrible way to get into this story. Because some OP officer has been jailed over gay sex. So initially the story was that this OP officer was jailed because he was caught having sex with another man. But later on the story came out that apparently he got a 14-year-old boy drunk and sexually abused him. And the story was reported to the police. And then literally the same day, multiple people came forward from their families to say he did the same thing to some of their children.
Oh, wow.
And he's been put behind bars now. And in my mind, I'm just thinking, how we get into such levels of depravity or whatever it is? Because it's like every other week now we're hearing stories that are similar to this. Like, what's really going on in the country at this point?
This is such a very dramatic topic.
It's very sad.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
actually is.
It's very sad, but always I can't help it. But I have to say that you send a gay man to paradise. Like he'll just be.
No, it's different when there's no consent.
Because clearly he was finding it hard to find partners,
and he was in the wrong field, to be honest.
and then you put him in that environment. Is it a punishment or?
Nah,
Bonus.
non-consensual, regardless of what it is. It's a punishment.
Yeah.
Because that's brutal. It's brutal, and I think you've heard about how in prisons, when you get nabbed for sexual crimes or rape, there's usually a tendency that you're probably going to get raped when you go in there when the other prisoners find out.
But for him, I don't think it'll be like that. Like they already know what.
How do you know? He's an ex-cop at this point. So how much is gonna get
He's
it?
already about that life. He's already about that life. He's just gonna be like, no, just do it gently.
But you know, it's very sad
I'm
that
okay.
the people that we entrust our lives with, actually the ones that are, you know, we're not safe around them. It's a very sad story. And in Kenya, magezi in Zambia, unfortunately, it's becoming normal. Unfortunately. Please quote me, I said unfortunately. It shouldn't be the case, but now it's looking like and well, I saw a sentiment on social media kuti, in fact inailipo hapa Roma. So they go a level of tolerance can but in my speculations but I'm wondering among guys can open and from because you should check TikTok, Instagram. People are posting each other. Zambia, even girls, my boo doing those TikTok challenges and whatever. Where I'm just like, Zambia, where are we going?
But then do you think it's a case of us having more people that are like that, or it's a situation where they just couldn't express themselves and now they kind of have the opportunity
But
to
why?
do that?
Why do they have? That's where the question is.
think-
Why?
I think
do
they
the
know the
world
law.
is
It's kind
now
of tilting that
I
direction.
think they
Wow,
know the law
Zambia.
now because practically it's not illegal for you to be
a lesbian?
homosexual in this country. What's illegal is the practice of homosexuality.
But
So
you can't be
they
a
can be
homosexual
there.
without practicing.
You can identify yourself as homosexual, but how are you going to
But
prove?
you're not-
How are you going to prove to when you take
So
me
until
before
they catch
court?
me.
Until you are caught red-handed. That's when that guy was caught red-handed. That's how they have witnesses, have everything. Those witnesses are going to say whatever they have to say.
Yeah.
But with everybody else, just showing themselves off and practicing it, or just showing that they're about that life, the police can do anything.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
I thought Muka was going to say something crazy. I've heard him say something crazy about this topic.
No, I have stories for days, but I'll be honest with you. Here's the thing, right? It's been a full-on debate about your choice or your preference in sexuality. And The interesting thing is that God is a fair God. And God makes all sin the same except one. Oh, Chichi, you're welcome to the other one as well.
It's okay. No, that's who's invite.
No, it's Joy's cookies.
No,
No.
PZ is the most disciplined person I know because all three of us are on diet. Yeah.
Hey, in fact,
But there's only one person not eating the cookie.
No.
No, I've eaten.
This guy has eaten more than
cookies
enough.
in a long time.
Yeah.
But for me,
eaten
it's
some type of
intermittent.
cookie,
Up to
but it
18, I
wasn't
can
this
eat
time.
anything I want. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, the boss has you way.
So, as I was saying, sin is sin, with the exception of one sin, which is blasphemous. So it doesn't make a homosexual more sinful than a thief or a corrupt person. But for me, my worry has always been, it might get to a point where homosexuals feel the need to rape somebody. And most of the stories we've heard where people have been taken advantage of, a guy will buy you drinks. So now, when a guy buys a girl drinks, he wants something. When a guy buys a guy drinks, probably wants more than something. So all things being equal, I reckon, look, we need to have the debate. As much as we don't want to talk about it, we need to have it. It's not so much that the homosexuals are more now or the lesbians are more now. It's just that they have a platform to express themselves. Social media makes people express themselves so much. That's what I think. But it's worth having the discussion. I mean, the thing that's funny about the country is that a lot of people tend to have the whole, we can't talk about that, it's a Christian nation. But your husband is a homosexual and you are the wife saying that. We can't talk about that, it's a Christian nation. But you as the husband are saying that and your wife is busy at OG parties that we hear about in this country, they're going on. It's special.
There's that part where for the men, just know the gays have better sex than you
Is it because
of the location.
the location of the sport?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't seem to know that.
Yeah, controversial topic.
Kachi sport.
Kwa muda.
Kachi sport.
Kari kwa mene.
Kale go bashasha. Unamba true.
So pita bana umagaza mngadi wafikiza abera. Siva mene muntu
You
wangu.
know, one of
Silverman.
my friends on Facebook posted that. And to be honest, I thought she was just bullshit. Oops, sorry. To be honest, I really thought that.
So where did 18 show?
Ati ngenesa baby. Ngenesa kakumo kazulu. To be honest, I thought it was just a joke. It's for real.
Yeah.
Wait, did you try it?
Damn.
I've never tried it.
Oh no! Oh my!
Chichi.
You this one was a trolley.
Chichi.
Oh, you? The blood of
Chichi.
The blood of
Chichi, be honest.
Christian, please come back. Come back. Look at these people dividing
Chichi,
you.
be honest.
How could I?
Chichi, be
Even if I
honest.
did. Why would I say
You
this?
didn't do spirit. Me, I just know that it's there. But you, where did you
You have
get
to,
there?
I have to be strategic. Now watch. Take up.
Just at an angle.
No, to be
She
honest.
did like she was about to chimeme there.
Hey.
Nashistuntuna sala naipocha kama fe jagi wagi
No, but I'm not done it before, but really it was very interesting for me to see it on social media. I've not done it before, like in all honesty. Now that you're saying it, I'm verified that it's actually really happening. I had no idea.
Okay, but if people say according to nature, people are not supposed to go up there. Why is the G spot there?
You know.
Why is it there? These are important
But
questions
also
we
God
need
for
to answer.
putting G-spots. Who number two?
Every man that watches episode will be like, and I thought. And I thought.
Okay, but side note, what was you on the topic? If someone did it to you and you actually came, would you be mad?
Rule number two.
No, did you hear
It's
about
just to be grateful. People are not coming these days.
No, the man in Florida, the one who was having a prostate examination.
Yeah.
The doctor stuck a finger up his butt and he came. And he almost killed the doctor.
What if I was happy?
No, this is a prostate exam.
I know, but was he
so you have
really
to-
violated or was happy? Which one is which?
I mean, someone.
I was to be grateful.
You know what, Joey?
It's just to be
You
grateful.
know what? Forget it. Let's talk about
How would
FTJ.
you react? How would you
Busy.
react?
Okay, busy, listen.
No.
In a world where people are not coming, just be grateful.
No.
It doesn't matter whatever method, be grateful.
Why would I even let you be up there?
No,
if I'm uncomfortable?
It's prostate examination.
No, that's a different scenario.
Yeah, but
Joey
I
asked
think
a
I by
different-
accident.
Nah, like
Joey
if
asked
someone
a
just
different
slips
question.
it in, like you don't see it coming.
Hey.
What do you mean you don't see it coming? You just...
Kind of when you feel like, oh, stop it. Guys, my guys, stop it. Oh my God. Oh my word. That's so nice. I will see the name. I
don't think I'm going to go for that prostate exam.
Let's get to the trending story for the week. FTJ University saga.
Luapula province is set to have its first university, and government wants the project to be completed within the contractual period of 3 years.
I'll give the company that has won this contract a month before I come back to come and see the progress that is being made here.
This story, all the way back 2018, obviously, the PF embarked on this project. It was going to be the pride of the PF in the Northern Circuit because Luapula is like their stronghold. And they decided to embark on this university, build it for a huge amount of money. First, we saw a few people, a few individuals. By then, Minister of Higher Education obviously went and paid a visit to that project when it was in its infancy. We saw other, officials from the PF also go and inspect that project. But just last week, we got the shock of our lives.
This is the place where FTJ University was supposed to be constructed. The university was supposed to be constructed within 9 months in 2014, but there's nothing to show to date. What can only be seen around the site is grass.
$33 million has been spent on this project. And if you go now to Luapula province, Mansa to be precise, what you find there are just a slab. Not to just to manine, to just to Joe is an architect. You tell us what. Everything. That's all you find there. Even if you converted that money to 33 million kwacha and wanted to build something, the progress that is there can't even match 33 million kwacha.
Professor Kandulu, who was then the Minister of Higher Education, said at the time she visited the university site, there were existing buildings, but she is surprised that the buildings have disappeared.
I'm surprised, unless somebody came with a shovel and all sorts of equipment and carrots. Because I remember, in fact, there is even a social media that's going around, and you as journalists, I'm sure you have seen this, where I have arrived, and I'm even saying to the contractor that I'm giving you 3 years to complete this project. And I'm standing before buildings. So where have those buildings gone?
It's not equivalent.
Not even close.
Not even close. But Joey, you have more details to this. You're in this field. We have 2 people that were arrested regarding this issue. Why did they pick those 2 people up?
They obviously picked them because that was the architect and the QS. Obviously, the architect's the one who's designing, so he knows every detail of that project. He knows the building inside out. The QS is the person who's calculating all the quantities. He knows down to the detail of how many nails you would need, down to the detail of a nail. He knows how many wheelbarrows of cement, how many this, how many that, everything. But still more, this project, it exceeded the financial amount. That was what, when they did 28 million?
Yeah.
It was over by $7 million.
Yeah.
QS.
So this $33 million was actually sent to the contractor the first time. So those guys put in another request for more funds of about 29 million, and it was inflated by $7 million. So when the system picked that up, they were like, no, wait a minute. We're giving these guys too much money.
Yeah.
We're giving them too much money. So let's have a look at this project. But the PF to date, Honorable Nixon Chilangwa, maintains that this project is safe and secure. Government has already paid what they needed to pay. It will be completed.
Steadfast. We shall remain focused. Our eyes will remain on the ball because of one simple reason.
I don't know. I don't think it will be. Because how many years has it been since she inspected it?
Well, the last inspection was about 2018.
And then they already set up, they're working on the foundation.
Yeah, but the contractor's not on site. Look at the images that we've seen from there. Look at what's going on there. Okay, there's totally a standstill. It's being vandalized by the locals because they've seen that it's an abandoned project. I don't know what you think, Muka.
Look, it's a tricky one because the first 33 million from what we got is that it went to Exim Bank. But when the stories came in for the quantity survey, as you've rightly put it, the second amount that was requested was 29 million.
Yeah, thereabout.
Listen, it's not abnormal when you're doing a big project to get an upfront payment. But the upfront payment also needs to come with certain prerequisites. But clearly here, what you can see is that money was released and works were not done. Now, even if you say that's not corruption, you don't need to go to the river. It's hella fishy.
Yeah.
It's hella fishy.
Give him a stack of money.
I've lost all my money.
This money is mine.
No, that's the thing. And I thought for the government projects now they're doing the whole thing where, because there's a certain type of contract where the contractor completes a certain amount of work and then the money is released. So they do it on their own money and then they're paid afterwards. And that's the nature of a lot of construction contracts. So it's just a question of, wasn't there an issue of how they signed as well to say like the work has been done or something, then the payment gets released. But it's like 3 payments and then there's still
nothing
at the first level.
Yeah. Architects, eh?
Did they not know what was going on?
Architects, eh?
Maybe that's why some of these architects are balling. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a broke architect. Except for this money that Maybe I need to get into government too. Nah, but I've heard things have changed now.
My top 5 seductive moves by women. I need my rankings. Are you ready for me? On number 5, we have blow a kiss. Seductive move.
Vakudala
Number 4. Sexting.
Yeah.
Sexting ni japa.
Yapa phone ni jamini.
But jamwandi.
Oh, jamwati tonight chaya. Ni matest. Ya wamisa.
Kulangiza fish. This secret, don't show the face. That's what's important.
Oh.
I'm telling you.
Like I said last week, we have a 1,000 for Chichi's video.
Hey! I don't know. Maybe he didn't intend to. Now, what I'm about to say can get me arrested.
Oh my God! But hear what the other one said. He said a spirit got in him when he sent an inappropriate video to a WhatsApp group. One of the ministers. Because there was Mama who was second.
The minister of witchcraft. Yeah. Oh, no, I mean traditional affairs. Sorry.
Wasn't he in Chawizi?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. That guy.
But the devil. Devil na madanjoni. Stika na yeye satama nkalabu ba temptation kwamba wanapenda nguvuzi funyira. Wao faka mo fish. What's if come on fish? Ungalangiza watching something. But in fish juba. There's no evidence.
This is somebody that says there's no video of her anywhere on the planet.
There's no video, my dear.
1,000.
Now I'm putting on 1,000. 2,000. If you have any video.
Muzana just the situation I'm buy boy David na Delilah. Ni Delilah. Wala mezo sambo da. Muzana sasa mtaka pa window pan. Aboni ko pa yini. For the sake of money. Anyway, number 3 we have smile or giggle. Kuibena ngoma giggle kwa tisho muno.
That's a laugh.
People do that.
I don't think it needs
there's women that don't have cute laughs.
I'm telling you. Me, I'm here.
Because you know the cute ones are
no more. Anyway, I'm here. I love the cute. What did you
You thought I was making it up. You know?
That was exaggerating.
Wow.
No, that's exactly how you did it. That's
wow. Wow.
Oh my God.
Like this is flirting. This is a signal.
Right? Hey, can this be a signal? Honestly.
It's a signal.
Nah, wait.
Peter and Jomba couldn't get that signal.
Yeah.
Exclusive from ZambianTunes.com.
Beautiful nechika kwamfwa uyo mubili mpaka nemfwa walesha pate kati neva yopweteza mezini patani na Italy. Oh yeah, oh no, ala patani na Italy.
Mwaka mama sili za
Tazidi za change ndo kwinango. Tie, kwinango.
Ola ngatuni tamba. Sisa kulukile wa mamundi. Anyway, change ndo number 2. A wink. This one is definitely. A wink is very seductive.
Now you have to know how to do the wink.
If it's done right.
Because when I go
So what happens when you have a lazy eye?
Yeah.
So it's a permanent wink?
You were
I don't think we're allowed to say that.
I want to
Oh, sorry.
bad manners. Please, this we can show some footage. We can get
No, I just asked because a wink and then somebody has a lazy eye. These people with lazy eyes. Is it a permanent wink? So everywhere they go, they're seducing the
Forest Whitaker, boss.
Oh, okay.
But the footage.
Anyway, let's go.
Look at it.
Number 1. Don't try. Don't try, Chichi. Don't try.
I've already tried it.
Okay.
Look.
I'm not even looking. I'm not looking at you.
Wink at the camera.
Where my Uga can judge me. All of sides of footage. Number 1, we have bite or lick lower lips. I mean, this is an obvious, and it's nice when you've got some lip gloss on, like some sexy lip gloss on.
Nah, some people look hungry.
I said with some sexy lip gloss.
Some people still look hungry.
Guys. So yeah,
I'll leave it.
Okay, but for you, what's your definition of seduction?
Seduction.
Winking, licking of the shiny.
When she hearts my story on Facebook.
To money follow.
My geeks.
Encourage men to suck those titties, and I encourage women. Is it embarrassing? You don't suck a titty. What do you suck? You've got to suck something.
No, but I think winking.
Winking, nice. But it depends with the wink.
Yeah, it depends on the wink. But
Yeah.
like a wink.
Oh.
Sorry, for some of us, she needs to put lipstick and kiss a little piece of paper and then send it. Old school.
Even tissue. Yeah, that's so
old school.
cute. Peasy.
That works.
And for you, Peasy?
How?
There is no.
Let's move on.
And I'm a gangster.
Let's move on.
I'm a pondo.
Let's move on.
There is no. Nothing.
Let's move on.
When they see winks.
Let's move on.
Leave it. Stop, Shani.
Top 5 best football players under 21 in the world. Number 5, Vinicius Jr. I don't know. I don't think Vinicius should be at number 5.
Yeah.
You think Vinicius should be at number 5?
That's not a very fair question to me. It's like you've got a doctor on the show and you're asking him medical questions. It's not fair.
No, yeah, that's the point.
I get paid to say these things.
Do you think Vinicius should be at number 5?
Joined Real Madrid, scored 12 goals.
I just feel he should be higher on the list.
Okay.
Based on what he's achieved this season and for all the criticism he got last season, I definitely has to be. 4, Jude Bellingham.
I like this kid's name. I just like this kid's name.
Not the way he plays.
But he's British,
He's
so,
okay.
so they're going to make noise about him.
Yeah.
Nah, and they always do. It's just like the whole thing with Rice and that 150 million.
Yeah.
Declan Rice.
Yeah. I mean, Enoch Mwepu should be worth, what, 500 million? Because I don't think he's even half. Declan is not half what Mwepu is.
He's got good stats, but is he worth that much? I don't think so. Number 3, Phil Foden, Manchester City.
Boy is hungry. I'll tell you that.
He's hungry.
First time I watched him, I didn't understand it. And then I saw what Paper's done with him. The honest truth is that I don't know what he's good at. He's one of those players, like you know what Vinicius can do, you know what Jude can do. I don't know what Phil can do. He's such a utility player and he's hungry. So he looks older than his age because of what he brings to the team.
No, he actually does. That's true. Number 2, Pedri, Barcelona.
I think this kid is just abused, by the Spanish national team.
But you know what's funny? What is he, 18?
Yeah.
In Zambia at 18, or in Africa, mabonzo ya karibu kosi. This boy plays with the brain of a 35-year-old. the beauty of seeing 3 moves ahead, that's proper genius. That kid is something else.
What about Gavi as well? Because Gavi is usually in the conversation with Pedri.
Yeah, but not as at Pedro's level.
It's like Mwempu and Patson. You know, Patson gets paid more money. We don't know why.
Controversial discussion, but I actually agree. We
is the big word, by the way.
Get paid the most? Sakala. Sakala's been brilliant this season.
Fashion
man.
He's in fashion.
Yeah.
Oh, bars there.
Number 1, Erling Haaland, Borussia Dortmund.
No arguments there. The whole 2 months is fit. He's the best player in the world.
Actually, but Mbappe is now over 21, huh?
No, he is.
Yeah.
If we're to bring in Mbappe, who would you put him on this list?
Finally, I can take part in the conversation. Remember. Here's the chair. This is not my barrel. But the Mokamba was a cinema Z or Rode. The first I got on basketball when a Janice in Zion. Not a man show. In my head remembers. Let me do like Christian. Do you remember? Answer the way I answer. No, Christian. Help me remember. My head remembers.
Hey.
Is that the father-in-law?
That's the groom.
The best man. I think it's the
groomsman.
It's the best man.
So wait a minute. That is the groom and that's the best man.
Yeah.
Okay. Sentiments have actually been raised by members of the community. So just as you can hear, just like you, Chokankon, just like you can actually hear from me right now, there are actually vehicles just passing, just indicating that really the police presence is there. So those were actually
Hey, yo.
Today has been a very dirty show, eh?
The Bemba passed me there, but...
Oh, Naka?
He just said...
Yeah.
Oh, please.
No, no, boss.
No, I got about the witch and the...
You know, a group thing is what you I think I'm buying Like how I can be a boss.
My Bemba is very bad.
Okay, let me...
You know what I've never understood? Why do these people always fly in the nudes? Do they fly faster?
That's what the medicine works.
That's medicine only works when you're in the nude.
The charms,
No, sometimes
the mkwala.
It's like, and it's not only like Zambia. Even remember Game of Thrones with the Red Witch? How her magic was stronger when she was like in the nude. That's why she could like perform her whatnot.
Well, he basically gave us 6 rounds of medicine.
Oh, you know the medicine, the dungeon, man. The doo-doos. In the doo-doos.
It's never going to be a complete episode if Chichi doesn't talk
That joke.
about that. This is exactly why you should catch us in season 2 of the 8 o'clock podcast so we can hear Chichi talk more about that jokes. Don't forget to subscribe to our Facebook, to our YouTube channel, Hype Digital. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. We still don't have a Twitter. Hopefully it's coming soon. See you in the next episode and
peace out.